Hi, Paul Hober again on the ESWT Hub. It's going great, got loads of new members, so welcome. So, I did have a question this week around medial tibial stress syndrome. So, I don't have a model, so I'm going to use the skeleton here. So here we've got the medial tibia, and I'm going to show you how we would treat that with each piece of apparatus. So, if you have EPAT or radial only, you need to be careful because, as we know, the greatest energy leaves the end of the applicator right there. So I'm just going to assume that what people have got is the standard R15. So that's on the silver end piece, slightly narrow at the end, because you don't want to be using the D20 or anything on this. If you were to go directly onto the bone with this, it's quite tender. So you're talking about lifting the hertz up, maybe 16, 17, 18, even up to 21, to make that even close to being tolerable, and you want to bring the energy level down. Now we know that it's very difficult with an EPAT to treat bone, so why are we even trying? Therefore we can use slightly more normal settings, but by working in this fleshy bit on the inside of the shin. So the shin bone kind of comes to a peak here and it drops away, and you've got all that soft tissue that sits in there. And what we're really aiming for here is tibialis posterior. So we can actually be perpendicular to the tissue. We're off the bone, yeah, so we're on the inside of the bone, and we work up and down, and I tend to work on about a 3-inch section at a time. And if we've got our area in the lower third, as it would normally be for shin splints, that's where we want to target most of our treatment time. Now, we're going up and down the soft tissue. If you have the plastic head, or even if you have the Atlas, which was designed for treating high up here at the neck, you can actually use that a bit more on top of the bone. If you don't, you're going to have to, as I said before, crank your hertz up, drop the energy down, and then you can just get onto that bone tissue there. But you're looking at working in that medial lower third. Now, that's great for the soft tissue. You don't need to go near the bone if you have the focus unit, because that can actually sit on top of that bone tissue, and you can be working very, very specifically, moving slowly, staying for maybe 200 shocks at each point, just over that area on that lower third, and 1500 shocks would be plenty over that area. If you've got the EPAT, you would work the soft tissue just medial to the bone, and then you'd use your focus on that specific painful spot actually on top of the bone. If you don't have the EPAT and you just have focus, you're going to have to move a little bit quicker up and down the soft tissue, but really specifically on the bone. And then in comes the game changer of the EMTT, and we can put that straight over the bone there. Now, if you have EMTT, you'll know not to drop it. If you have EMTT, you will know that my favour is to use that first, okay? I like the idea of that opening up the cells, making them more receptive to the shockwave. So if you've got EMTT, stick it on there first. However, when you've got a really painful area and you're going to use shockwave on there, sometimes it's nice to stick the EMTT on afterwards as well, just to calm down that response to the treatment, because it can be quite a painful area of bone tissue. Don't forget to give them the exercises, lots of toe lifts, calf raises, make sure their calf is nicely stretched off as well as strengthened, all the usual things that you would do for a shin splint. I like a little 4-degree varus wedge in the heel as well, just to take the pressure off that tibialis posterior. Hopefully that's helpful. That's my protocol. I wonder what yours is. Feel free to tell us in the comments. Hope you're enjoying these.